So hi guys, I'm back with another food video for you, and this time I'm trying out one of my absolute favorite Hong Kong foods, which is the roast goose. Roasted meat in general is something that is really popular whenever you come to Hong Kong. It comes from a big influence from the neighboring regions of Guangzhou, and primarily in the Cantonese speaking regions, roasted meat is a really popular thing to have. So that's what we're gonna be sampling in this video. We're visiting two restaurants which are awarded Michelin stars for the roasted goose. I think in particular it's the roasted goose, which is the really signature dish in these restaurants. So we're gonna be giving them a go. And like in my dim sum video, we're not gonna be deciding a winner or a loser, but basically we're just to have a general comparison of the two restaurants, what they do differently, and how each of them are good in their own way, and also probably what they can improve on as well. So stick around and enjoy the video. Also, if you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all your support. And if you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below, and feel free to comment anything, any suggestions or recommendations of the upcoming videos I should do. I really appreciate all the support again. Thank you. So now let's proceed on to the video. The first place we're visiting in this video is Kams in Wan Chai. Kams has already been awarded 1 Michelin star for 6 consecutive years, and you'll see that once you visit the place. They hang the 6 Michelin stars inside of their dining area, and you also have a nice display of all the roast meat that they're preparing, which you can see from the outside. Their menu is actually quite proper, with a cover, some history about the restaurant, and also all these diagrams about the roast goose they serve. So yeah, it's actually really nice to look at, and quite organized as well. We ordered 2 different dishes, 2 different sets, so we could try a lot of the kinds of meat they had to offer. One was the roast pork with the roast goose, which of course you have to get, and the other one was the red sausage with the char siu pork. Both came with a side dish and their respective sauces. For myself, I had the crispy roast pork and roast goose set along with some iced milk tea and black fungus on the side, and my mom had her char siu pork and red sausage with some lemon iced tea and some tofu to pair with. The black fungus was actually pretty nice, just a bit of a sour taste with that sauce, but overall not that much flavor. And the tofu also, the tofu was actually a bit firm compared to your normal tofu, but the sauce that was surrounded it gave it a savory flavor. Also a nice pairing with the meat we had. And they also give you a bit of veg to combat all the meat you're about to have in this meal. The first protein I tried was this crispy roast pork, and as you can see, it's actually quite lean, so there wasn't actually much flavor, but you can dip into this hot mustard sauce for a bit of heat. Overall, probably not my favorite protein in the meal. Next up, I had the red sausage. Not much also in flavor, but it's actually pretty good. I heard this is a local favorite, so it was worth giving a go. The char siu was probably my favorite protein I had in this meal. It was really fatty and there's a lot of flavor in it. The sauce it was drenched in was also really sweet, so it had a good combination of the fattiness with the tanginess of the sauce. Went well together. And the highlight, which is the roast goose, probably in the middle in terms of the protein. I wasn't a fan of the soggy skin they had because it was drenched in the sauce, and you can complement it with some plum sauce if you like. The meat itself was actually pretty decent, but I'm a big fan of the roast goose crispy skin, which wasn't present in this one. And another thing I enjoy in a meal like this is the rice, which is absolutely drenched in all the meat sauce. Yeah, it goes well together and it helps to counteract all the protein and the meatiness you have in this dish. So yeah, big part of the meal for me. Overall, our bill came up to 144 Hong Kong dollars, which for a Michelin restaurant is not bad at all. The second place we're visiting is Yat Lok in Central, and like Kams, it's already been accredited with Michelin stars for consecutive years. And like in Kams, you also have a display of the roast meat from the outside, and on the inside you can see their wonderful display of all the Michelin stars they have accumulated throughout the years. Compared to Kams, their menu was much more simple, but it gets the job done, and you can clearly see the different dishes you can order from the restaurant with some set menus and some a la carte as well. I decided to go for the roast goose on rice with my iced milk tea, and my mama had the roast goose and crispy pork set with her hot milk tea. I gave the crispy pork a try first, and like in Kams, it's actually quite lean with a crispy edge. And unlike in Kams, they actually don't give you the hot mustard here. I think they're focusing on the meat itself. In terms of the roast goose, is actually quite different to what we had in Kams. As you can see from the skin color alone, a much darker tone compared to what we had in Kams, and yeah, very crispy actually in contrast to the soggy skin we had in Kams. And I think I'm a bigger fan of the one we had here. As you can see under, there's a nice layer of fat as well, really crispy skin with some melt in your mouth fat under. Really enjoyed this one, and yeah, it really made the big difference in terms of the roast goose. The meat was also drenched in the sauce, and I found it more moist compared to Kams, so I probably preferred the overall package that this roast goose had to offer compared to Kams. But yeah, we all have our own preferences. And also here they didn't serve it with any of the plum sauce. Instead, you just give it with the classic meat sauce on the rice, and I enjoyed it very much. Also fortunate to get a drumstick piece of the goose, so enjoy this clip of me nibbling on the bone. We actually ordered a side dish as well. This one is the Beijing dumplings, and as you can see, it's actually in a light soup with some chives. The soup overall was, yeah, like I said, it's really light. There is some flavor to it, but I think the main highlight of this dish was the dumplings. So yeah, the soup was a good compliment, but let's bring focus on the dumplings. They actually also had some vegetables along with it to make it sort of a complete meal, if you might call it that. Beijing dumplings were really good actually, filled with some minced pork and chives. It was a nice compliment to the crispy roast goose. You get this soft dumpling skin with some tender filling inside as well. But I must absolutely emphasize the roast goose skin. Big difference in my opinion in terms of the overall quality of the two geese I sampled in this video. Our bill came up to 199 Hong Kong dollars, which isn't bad again for a Michelin restaurant. So that'll be it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content I showed in this one. And hopefully, like me, you like roast goose too, so the next time you come to Hong Kong, you will try out these restaurants as well. So that'll be it. Thank you again for your support. Like always, leave a like down below if you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to subscribe. And lastly, again, feel free to comment anything in the video, future suggestions. I really appreciate all the support from you guys. I know this is a growing channel, so everyone supporting this channel means a lot to me, so thank you once again. And stay tuned for the next video, which is upcoming once again in 2 Saturdays from now. So I'm really trying to stick to the schedule. I hope you enjoy the content I'm putting out for you. So thank you, and see you in the next video.